What's up guys, Mr. G here at Backcountry Daily. I want to show you guys the most awesome thing I bought in a long time. And it's this. It's a Worksharp Precision Adjust. So you may ask what it is. Well, it's a knife sharpener for pocket and kitchen knives. Says it right there in the top left corner. Yeah, it came in this box. It wasn't too bad. It was $50 on Amazon. Regular price was like $59. I got it for $49, plus I got $10 gift certificate to use on the Prime Day, which is cool. So like, turns out to be like, what, 40 bucks? I've been looking for a good knife sharpener for the longest time. So I was gonna go between whetstones, trying to learn those. I was gonna get like a cheap pull through knife sharpener. No, those things are just not good at all. I didn't have much hope for this. Having quite a bit of knives, I've been wanting a decent sharpener for the longest time, and it's just been so hard trying to make a decision on which one to actually get. I have a versatility of different knives. Carry pocket knives like this PM2, Spyderco, one of my favorite knives here, S30V, Benchmade Bug Out over here. Another excellent knife. It's become one of my favorites. I've only had it for a few days. Another one of my instant favorites. I have a SC Izula 2. One of my favorite, all-time favorite fixed knives, actually. And so I have a few different variety of knives here that that I need to be able to sharpen with the system. Like this K-bar, for example. It's a fighting knife, right? So with this K-bar, we have a really thick spine, as most fighting blades will have a really thick spine. So all these knives have different angles. All these knives are used for different purpose. Like this is a Mora knife. It's a bushcraft knife. I have a chef's knife here, Wusthof. I even have a multi-tool all the way over here. So it's still, I'd like a system that could sharpen all of these, not just one, right? Because I don't want to have to spend money on different sharpeners to sharpen all my knives. As you guys can see, I have a few knives that I use quite a bit, and I left out this CRKT. I'll show you guys that. I'll go over this knife in just a second, but as you can see, I have quite a few knives here that I regularly use for different applications. They all serve a purpose, and I wanted to be able to get a sharpener that's going to be able to sharpen all of them in one package deal without me having to buy all sorts of disposables. So I've considered the belt sharpener. It's made by the same company, Worksharp. Ken Onion edition. There's like a regular one, and the cheapest one I believe is 50 bucks. The problem with those is it has two preset angles. It has a 20 and a 25, and it's like, okay, well, all these knives, as you can see, have different angles from the factory. They all have different grinds. This Mora knife here is a Scandi grind. For example, you have your kitchen knife. It's a Western kitchen knife, so it's probably going to be around 20 degrees or so. You have your multi-tool that's, I'm assuming will probably be somewhere around 20 degrees, maybe a little bit under. You have your Spyderco. These tend to run anywhere from like 17 to 20. Yeah, we have the SE Izula 2. It's probably going to be closer to like 25, maybe 23, something like that. We have our Benchmade. I haven't sharpened this one yet, so I'm not sure which. Well, it's going to be somewhere around 20-ish or so. We have our K-bar. It's probably going to be closer to 25. So you guys get an idea. Different angles, and all these knives serve a different purpose. So, you know, I needed something that could accommodate all these. And the problem with majority of the knife sharpeners that I found, they all have fixed angles. And the beauty about the system is that you have an option to go from 15 to 20 to 25 to 30, and it does it all in increments of as fine as you could twist this knob at the top, which gives you an ability to sharpen more than one kind of knife. And you could even do, for example, if you wanted to, you could do all these knives in one sitting, in one night. Let me show you guys what I was... Okay, well, before I do that, I want to go over my personal background when it comes to sharpening knives. I've never sharpened a knife in my life. Well, I'll take that back. Let's open this knife. I did sharpen this knife once. I don't know if you guys could see it, but there's all these like micro scuffs on the blade. You can probably see it right there. If you go closer to the tip, you can't really see them as much. They're more over here. Well, I cut something with this. Oh, I was doing feather sticks and I rolled the edge ever so slightly. This is a $13 knife, by the way. This is arguably probably one of the best knives for your money ever made. They've sold thousands of these. If you guys haven't seen these, made in Sweden, be sure to check them out. They're literally $13 on Amazon. They come with carbon steel, or they come with the stainless. This model right here is a stainless. It is made in Sweden. It's a Scandi grind, so it's a razor sharp knife. But as far as like food prep, it's not that great because it's got a fairly thick spine, and what it does is it ends up splitting your food instead of slicing it. So anyway, a little off subject here. So yeah, I was doing feather sticks, and I rolled the edge ever so slightly. So what I ended up doing is I got some sandpaper that's meant for wet sanding your vehicle, and I laid it flat on my workbench here, and I sharpened it a little bit, and I was able to fix that edge, and now it's back to sharp as you guys could see. This edge is flawless. There's no more rolls in it. I was able to bring it back to factory razor sharpness. That's as far as my experience goes sharpening knives. I have sharpened one axe, and I've sharpened a K-bar. Really, my biggest K-bar, not this one, my full size, my main bushcraft knife. I sharpened that on a stone from Harbor Freight that was $3, and it's probably like this big, and it has two sides to it. And I sharpened that knife on it. It came out okay. I dry sharpened it. I mean, I've never sharpened that knife ever, and I used the hell out of it, so I decided to go ahead and try it. It came out okay. It was able to cut paper, and that's plenty good for a bushcraft knife, or bushcraft survival fighting knife, kind of all-purpose. Largest knife I own. It's not here today with me, but the reason being is because I believe the spine on that one is just too big to fit into this clamp. Another selling point of this product for me was this clamp, because it's super easy to use. It comes with a little roller adjuster here. There's a piece of paper in here. It saves you rubber. The jaws have a rubber thing, and you slide your knife, the spine of the knife in here, and then you just twist it up, as you can see here in the photo. So basically, this system is lightweight, and it comes with this joint here, and it has a slider, and you sharpen your knife in this motion. You slide up and down from the tip to the heel, from the heel to the tip, and they give you 3 different abrasives. So 320, 600, which is here, and then your ceramic stone, which is here. And I thought at first, well, how good can it be? It's only got 3 separate grits. I wanted something where like 5 grits, maybe 7 grits. I wanted to be able to get my knife to mirror finish if I wanted to, if I got good enough to do that. I was like, well, 320, 600 in ceramic, how good can it be? It's only 3 grits. Man, I was wrong. So the first knife I've ever sharpened on this system was this CRKT M21. Right, I'm keeping it closed because I don't want you guys to see the edge yet. The very first knife, so I've never used this system before. I've never sharpened anything before. And before I show you the results, I posted the picture of this on some groups, and they thought that I was using compound strips that are available for the system. They sell them on Amazon. They basically go all the way to 40,000 grits. They 3D print this little insert. When you buy the kit, it comes with like a bunch of these little strips, and what you do is you stick them on the spare triangular piece they give you, so you can have another 3 grits of your size. And they said with that kit you can get it to mirror finish. But guess what? I was able to do that with just the ceramic. And then somebody asked me on one of the groups, and he said, well, how long did it take you? Did it take you a whole day? And I said, no, 20 minutes. And he, how the hell did you do that? Well, I followed the instructions, and it's all in the technique. So I'll make another video on how to do that. This video is already getting long, so I just wanted to show you guys this product, show you guys the results of the very first knife I've ever sharpened in my life. And I mean, that's just incredible. It is razor sharp. This particular knife has an angle of 22 degrees. It cuts paper to the point where you can cut down, make a turn, go like this, and keep cutting. So we'll do that in the next video. What I'll do is I'll dull this knife, and I'll start over, and we'll sharpen it from scratch. This knife I've had for about 10 years. This was my EDC knife prior to the Spyderco and the Benchmade, and it still is. I sometimes use it. It's just a really heavy knife with subpar steel. This knife has been out of commission because the edge was so bad after all the years of use, and I never wanted to pay anybody to sharpen a knife for me. It kind of takes your manhood away. So I was like, you know what, one of these days I'm gonna buy a sharpener, I'm gonna learn how to sharpen knives, and I'm gonna sharpen this knife, and I'm gonna start using it again. I honestly did not expect to get to this kind of edge very first time using this without ever being able to or without ever sharpening a knife in the past. See my story of explanation. But in general, I've never sharpened a knife, let alone to this type of finish. What I'm getting with this is this system is it. You don't even need to buy that kit from Amazon. You don't need to be good at sharpening knives. It's fairly easy. I'll show you guys my technique, or how I do it, in a next video or two, on how to use this. But within 20 minutes you can have this kind of edge from a completely pitted, a completely chipped and just worn out edge that's been used for about 9 years now. I've had this knife. I'll still be using it here and there, but I have retired it. Even though it's sharpened, it's still not going to be my first choice, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. You know, I've just upgraded to a little bit more finer things in life, like this PM2 and the Benchmade bug out, which is quickly becoming my favorite knife of all time. It's just incredible. Actually also going to be making a video of prepping food with this knife, because there's a lot of videos on YouTube with this knife, but I could not find any that has anything to do with food prep. So anyway, yeah, I wanted a system that could sharpen everything here, and the next knife I want to try to sharpen on it be my Wusthof chef's knife. So this has got an 8-inch blade, and this is razor sharp right now, but I still want to be able to learn how to sharpen a knife this size on this system. I'm confident that it could do it. It could most certainly do it. It's just going to take a little bit of practice, and I sure don't want to start with this knife. I'm going to probably most likely use an old 99-cent cheap kitchen chef's knife from like a 99-cent store, just to make sure I don't screw my my nice Wusthof up on my first go around, because it is a large blade. So I mean, it's going to be fairly large. This system can do it. It can accommodate a blade this size, which is just incredible. Lightweight, durable, well made, inexpensive, insanely good results. I mean, what more can you want from a knife sharpener? But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. Just wanted to go over this Worksharp Precision Adjust knife sharpener. There you go. You can get it on Amazon, and if you're into knives like I am, and you have a lot of knives that you'd like to sharpen, and maybe even sharpen your girlfriend's or your mom's kitchen knives, your wife's kitchen knives, whatever, they'll love you for it, because you know this system can do it all. And my next knife, maybe I'll try to sharpen this one. This one has a pretty decent factory edge, but it'd just be interesting to see how hair popping sharp I can get this SE to be. All right, guys, Mr. G here with Backcountry Daily. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good night.